Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Blooming But I Fly. Some of you are still saying blooming butterfly. Love it. Do what you need to with it as long as it's a blooming life journey. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the comments, growing the community. Continue to do so. I am excited for today's guest. She has given me permission to enter a different world that I haven't entered in a long time, just purely because now I'm an adult. We have an adolescent with us today. Her name is Meenie. She's 15 years old. She's a child to her parents. She's a sibling to her siblings. She's a friend to many. She's one of the coolest kids I know. And I'm not just saying that. You are one of the coolest kids that I know. Would you add anything to your intro? We must put some respect on your name.
It's just, you said it perfectly.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So you and I have a lot of chats, off these kinds of platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say you're the coolest kid I know, I approached your mom and I was like, hey, I want to speak to a teenager and I want to speak to an adolescent because I think that they have important stories for the world and you guys have your own world that we older people, even some younger people, don't tend to understand. Right? And even though mom was jealous and she's here, she gave us permission.
Mm-hmm.
I am interested in the mind of somebody around your age. You don't speak for every teenager.
Yeah.
Okay, so take that pressure off. You not speaking as this is the only way, right? But you're just giving me and everybody else the privilege of hearing it from you guys. A lot of teenagers will say, oh, you guys are old, you don't understand. You know that? Do you feel that way? Do you feel like we don't
Like
get you
most
guys?
of the time, like I'll be doing certain things and I'll be like, oh, it's not the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
For example, I'll be, I don't know, just chilling in my room, and then my mom comes in and is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, just chilling. And then she'll be like, but that's not doing anything. And I'm like, no, it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel like sometimes older people don't get what, like your where you're at in that moment, where you're at.
I wouldn't say where I'm at the moment. I would say like what I'm thinking at the time.
Okay.
Like what I did to be there.
Okay.
Like, for example, I had a long day at school. I'm
Okay.
gonna go to my room, and I've been planning that since I got to school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be in my day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend my day in my room. That's why I'm in my room. If they come in the room and be like, why you in your room? I'm gonna be like, because I want to be in my room.
Right.
But then if my mindset at school was like, when I get home, I'm gonna study.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna be in my room and study.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we then now we're talking parents, now not
Mhm.
just your mom, and one day I'm gonna get there with being a parent to a teenager. So you're helping me understand some things. When then the parent comes in and says, why in your room, and you've planned, what I'm hearing is that you've planned the whole day. Does it feel a bit challenging to give the whole story? You just gave me the whole story. You realize that? You said, Hopelang, I was at school, I had a long day, I decided I want to be in my room, I just want time to myself. But when you say it to the parent, it sounds like you give them like
Yeah.
a real, not the full story.
Yeah, it sounds like that. And it sounds like I'm making an excuse, but really it's just my day
Yeah.
in a summary because it sounds long.
Okay. So do you find that maybe a lot of parents underestimate how it takes a lot to give the full story when they want a full story about something?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because if I explain the full story when they're there, it's like kind of like you're under pressure, so it's gonna sound like a lie.
Okay.
But it's not a lie. But then when you like trying to explain in a way that they'll understand, it's gonna be like you're making up something and it sounds like a lie still.
Yeah.
But then when you're actually trying to be real, it's still gonna sound like a lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pressure. That word. A lot of like teenagers feel like they're under pressure for different reasons. What are some of the things you feel teenagers in this day and age are facing?
I think they're facing more or less the pressure of studying,
Okay.
pressure of fitting in,
Okay.
pressure of like trying to seem like they are part of like the group.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
I recently moved schools
Okay.
and I was so excited for that. And then I got to school and I was really hyped.
Yeah.
And then I compared to my old school, it was kind of different. But then I was like, okay, this is the new environment.
Yeah.
This is how they do things. And then compared to my old school, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
But then I learned to like understand how they do things. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I wasn't under pressure. I was just trying to take my time and like learning how they do certain things.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure most teenagers find it hard to like understand how people do things the way they do it.
Okay.
But then when they see, oh, this is how they do it, they're gonna want to try it.
Okay.
Mm.
So there's two parts to that. There's the part where the environment you go into, maybe sometimes there isn't space to just be yourself and come in.
Mm.
It sounds like for you, maybe when you moved to the new school, they also gave you time and space to figure it out and learn how they do it there, and give you time to see where you fit in. But then the second part is the you that wants to fit in somewhere, that maybe a lot of teenagers go through, wanting to belong and that sense of belonging. What does that even mean, to belong, like, in your opinion?
I would say to belong is like trying to blend in.
Yeah.
Like not to seem like to be yourself kinda,
Okay.
but then trying to mix it in to how they do things.
Okay.
Like if I want to do a dance, but I
Yeah.
can't dance,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna dance because I wanna dance with them.
Okay.
For example,
Yeah.
I can dance.
I know you can.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to teach me a dance at
Mhm.
some point. Okay. Okay. And then what happens to someone who then maybe like you change your schools and they don't find that they find that they don't belong? They've tried, but people, isolate them, or what do you think happens to that person? What do they go through?
Most of the time, they feel like an outcast. Like they feel not. Let me not say outcast. That's a very strong word. Like they feel not in other people's bubble.
Mm-hmm.
They feel different,
Mm-hmm.
and etc. But then usually, I've seen at my school most times when they isolate themselves,
Yeah.
there's always someone that's like, "Are you okay?
Okay.
Do you want to join our group, or do you want to sit with us at break, or I know people that would like you in their group, or I've heard people say that they think you're cool. Would you like to sit with them?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the type of people that I've seen. I'm not sure in other places
Yeah.
how they deal with people sitting with themselves.
Yeah.
But eventually there's always like something that happens. And if usually when there's something that doesn't happen, there's always a teacher or something that'll be like, usually you're sitting by yourself. Do you want to sit with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And have you ever experienced the opposite, where somebody didn't have that person to pull them in?
I had a friend once that
Yeah.
used to sit by herself, and I would always see her sitting around because her old friends used to think that she was annoying, but I thought she was pretty cool because she was so funny, and her friend group thought that she was a bit like out of her bubble. They thought they were the cool kids. They thought, yeah, you're not allowed to be in our group because you talk a lot. And then I looked at her like time to time. It took time for me to be like her friend.
Yeah.
So then I was like to my best friend, I was like, she's pretty cool. I think we should sit with her. And she was like, I'm not sure. And I was like, no, but hear me out. She's really cool.
Yeah.
She's like, you're actually right. And then I went to her and I was like, you should sit with us because, like, I've seen you around. Are you sure you don't want to sit with us? And at first she was like, no, I'm fine. And then she eventually came and sat with us. And then we were pretty close till at the end of grade 7.
You know what's cool about you? I'm hearing that you're the kind of person that allows for people to be different. Like, different to you is okay. It's okay to be different. Where do you think you learned that from?
I'm pretty sure I learned that from my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not just saying that because she's here.
No. Because when I'm with my mom, she makes a lot of friends most of the time. But it takes time for her to be like, to know what kind of person you are. So then before she understands what kind of person you are, she needs to know how you deal how you deal with certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll understand, like at first she's like, oh, she's pretty cool. But then if she sees something off, she'll be like, I don't like her.
Yeah.
So then I grew to that, and I'll be like, I wouldn't, when I get there, I'll be like, for example, new school. I
Yeah.
got there and I saw this group of girls, and I was like, they seem like they think they're everything.
Yeah.
And then I spent time with one of them because they're in my class, and I was like, oh no, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
My friend group still thinks they're not like the aids.
The
But I'm like,
ones.
no, but they kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
once you get to know them, they're cool. Yeah, my mom.
Your mom. Okay, so what I'm hearing is not to judge a book by its cover. Give it a chance. Have you ever felt like you were the different kid that, you wanted somebody to say, hey, she's pretty cool. Let me hang out with her. Have you ever had that experience?
New school.
New
Yeah.
school? Okay.
Yeah, I would see him, because we say there's like your friend crush,
Yeah.
where you see like a friend group or people that you want to be friends with, and they're
Okay.
your friend
Never heard
crush.
that one before. Friend crush. Okay. Okay.
So I had a friend crush,
Mm-hmm.
and it was this other group,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I want to be their friends because they seem like kind of nice, like they're really funny.
Yeah.
And then time took time, and then they were like, you dress really nice, you're really nice, you're actually really funny. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
And then one of them would come to me because they used to be in my class because we kept on swapping classes.
Okay.
They came to me and they're like, do you want to come with us somewhere? And then I was like, yeah, at school.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And then, yeah, we went. And then also we had a group project, and our teacher allowed us to make pairs in another class.
Mm-hmm.
So then one of the friends came to me and they're like, can I be in your group?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, my group? My group? And they were like, yeah, your group. And I was like, okay, yeah, we can be in
So
the
your
same group.
your crush had a crush on you, your
Mhm.
friendship crush. Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Meaning you're brave. Do you know that? You know that about you.
Mhm.
Okay, because not everybody in this phase has the ability to be brave. Where do you think that came from? Where, like you just have the sense of, just from the energy I'm getting from you, that I will go for it. I'll take my time, I'll observe, I'll see. And then if you don't ask me to be, my friend, I'll ask you to be my friend. You seem like that's what I'm hearing from you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I'll just be like, maybe let me just go try it out.
Yeah, you take chances.
Yeah, my mom said when I was young, I used to be naughty.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it started from there because being naughty comes from trying to see what a certain thing does. So then I think it started from there.
So as a psychologist, I wouldn't say you're naughty. I would say kids are like they explore.
Yeah.
But to a parent, it might sound like I'm making excuses for you, to get you out of trouble.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I think when you explore, then it teaches you a bit of confidence. It teaches you to take risks that are safe, and to do scary things like change schools and then make friends and adjust to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. You spoke about friendship. What is a friend?
I think a friend is a person you can be safe around, like be yourself and try learning how they do certain things, and finding a person you can go to when something happens. My best friend,
Yeah.
Gile.
Yeah.
After anything that happens, if I trip on a step, I'm gonna call her and I'm like, bruh, I just tripped on a step.
Yeah.
And then she'll start laughing and I'm like, it's not funny, I tripped on a step. But it was actually pretty funny. That's why I called her. Or if I'm having a bad day, I'll call Gile and be like, bruh, I want to punch someone today.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be like, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we're not in the same school, she's like, we're really close. Like
So she has your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like a friend is a person you can be able to call when you wanna get to know them. But also I don't wanna say your best friend.
Yeah.
A best friend is different to a friend.
Yeah.
So
What is the difference between a close friend and a best friend?
A close friend is like someone you see time to time.
Okay.
Like they wouldn't be your first. If my mom or your mom or someone would say, "Would you like to go out?" A close friend wouldn't be the first person you think about.
Okay.
They'd probably be like,
Dream Stream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. DreamStream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. DreamStream, a place to create yourself.
Or thingy can come.
Okay.
But then a best friend would be, I want to go with da 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So Gila is your best friend.
Mhm.
Your best friend.
My best friend.
Okay. Okay. A lot of a lot of teenagers or people your age want a lot of things, and I think a lot of us get it wrong. We don't know. We feel lost. We don't know what you guys want. What do you think teenagers in 2024 want us to know that they want and need?
Money.
Money talks. Okay, money.
I think money.
Why money talk?
Because you can't go wrong with money, though.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with money. If I wouldn't recommend clothes, because styles change.
Is money what they want or what they need?
Money is what they want.
Money is what they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you say clothes, then and they buy you a pair of skinny jeans,
Yeah.
they're not gonna wear those skinny jeans. They're gonna sit in their bag till they give it to when they go through the clothes when they give it to someone.
Gotcha.
So clothes wouldn't be number one.
Okay.
Probably shoes would be one of the things they want.
Yeah.
Because like Nikes are trending.
Yeah.
Pumas are trending.
Yeah.
Different kinds of shoes are trending. But it wouldn't be those techies you buy from Pip for a birthday gift. For a birthday gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people buy sneakers from Pip.
Yeah, I'm not discriminating. I'm saying like for a birthday gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend.
Okay. Okay. So that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they need? Because those are different, right?
A teenager would need probably like someone they can trust.
Okay.
Like in our generation, there's a lot of people that go behind your back and talk about you.
Okay.
So if you have a best friend or someone you know that if I go to this person, they said, like, I will be able to trust them.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to them and say, I know this Han, she's not nice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to her. They won't go to the person and say, she said you're not nice.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just be like, oh, okay, thanks. I trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea of kids being friends with their parents? Do you think that's important or no?
I think that's important. I'm friends with my
Ignore her.
I wouldn't say I'm friends with my mom.
Yeah, how would you?
I'd say I'm friends with my mom, but she's not friends with me. But that's cool.
So when you say you friends with her, but she's not friends with you, what do you mean?
Like sometimes after a long day, I'll go to her and be like, let me tell you what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be on her laptop and I'll be like, okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you about my day.
Okay.
I start yapping because I like to talk.
Yeah.
And then she'll look at me and she's like, are you done?
Yeah.
You know when that look he says, are you done?
Yeah.
She gives me that look and I'll be like, okay, cool, that's fine. I'll come back. So sometimes like, Mom, my friend. Then I leave and I come back though, and then she'll be like, what happened with that teacher? And I'm like, yeah, let me tell you.
Okay. Let's take it away from mom for a second. Do you always find that your friends always have time to listen to you?
I want to say always, because they also need a chance to speak. So
Okay.
I'd like to listen to what they have to say. But when they're busy, I know when to like step back and let them do what they have to do.
Yeah.
Or if they have homework and they're like, I'll call you back, I have homework. And I'll be like, okay, cool. I also have to do that. Or okay, I understand. Call me when you're done.
Yeah.
Or okay, I'll come back to you when you seem free.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's important to have.
But then they stay your friend.
Yes.
Right? How come us as parents don't stay your friend when we just need 10 minutes or 15 minutes?
No, but I said I'll come back.
Yes, okay.
So I would leave.
So you don't dump her as a friend, you just put it on pause.
Yes.
Okay. But when you said, I'm my mom's friend, she's not my friend. Do you feel that that's also because she's not entirely meant to be your friend?
I feel like it's weird to be friends with your parents. Though.
Right.
Because then, like, boundaries need to
Mm-hmm.
be set because then they're going to want to be in your bubble and it's going to seem like you're in my business.
Yeah, my business.
And then they gonna wanna tell you things that you don't wanna know.
Okay.
Like, for example, things that happen with the other friend, that happened to the other friend. But you're like, but that doesn't seem like something I should know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very healthy. That is very healthy. Not a lot of adults know that. Like sometimes as parents we can feel like the only way our kids can feel loved is if we don't have those boundaries with them and we are their friend. But what I'm hearing from you is that there's something important about maybe your mom is friendly with you, but she's not your homegirl.
Because I know
There's a difference.
Yeah, because you need to know when you stop.
Okay.
Yeah, because then if you like your friend, then you're gonna wanna continue. When they said don't do that, then you're gonna wanna continue. But then when you have a mom that's or a dad that's friendly, then you know your limit. Like you know when to stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe what children need, and this is not only like adolescents and teenagers, but what children need are parents that are present and give them time. That when you say boundaries, what do you mean? Before I say
When
what
I
I
say-
think boundaries are.
When I say boundaries, I mean like a bubble.
Okay.
Like this is my bubble.
Yeah.
This is your bubble.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm telling you something, I'm sharing a bit of my bubble with you, but then I want that piece back.
Okay.
Not saying you have to tell me something back, but I
Right.
need the piece back
Okay.
to make my bubble whole.
Okay.
If my parent has a bubble also and they come to me and give me a piece of the bubble, I have to like, okay, respect the fact that I have the bubble, a piece of the bubble, and give it back.
Okay.
But then if I take it too far and trying to get in their bubble, then it's gonna seem like you're not respecting me. Get out of my bubble.
Okay.
Then it's gonna, I think the bubble is boundaries. Like, yeah. So if I try to get in their boundaries, then it's gonna create like a bigger space between two.
Yeah. So with bubbles and boundaries comes the word no. Right? Do you think it's important for kids to hear the word no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if they don't want to sometimes?
Yeah.
Why do you think that's important?
'Cause-
Do you know why I'm asking you that question? Some parents, we can struggle to say no because we're scared of how our children will receive it. So in your opinion, why is it important to say no sometimes to our children, even if they want something?
But like, I hate to say this, but like sometimes when you hear no, you need to understand that it's no. Because like, especially at my age,
Yeah.
when I want to go out with my friends, I expect to hear, okay, sure, you can go with your friends. But then if you say no, I must know that there's a time and a place and there's a reason to why they said no. They wouldn't just say no because no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not always because your parent is being mean or because they don't love you and you said there's a time and a place. That's very important. Sometimes even adults struggle with this. They struggle with knowing the time and the place to do things, and we can want, and that can get us into trouble, right? So if you constantly want to go out, you could fail school. I know you just finished like exams. So I'm sure there's things that you have to say no to for yourself and mom has to say no to for yourself.
Yeah.
What would you say to the child who's struggling to hear no from their parents?
You have to hear it, because if you grow up hearing yes all the time, you're gonna think that everything that you want, you're gonna get it.
Okay.
And from what I've heard, the world doesn't go around with yes.
Who did you hear that from?
My mom said it a lot.
Yeah.
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 And she says, being an adult is hard. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Do you want to become an adult?
No.
Just from
Not really.
That was a quick no.
Not really.
What have you heard about adulthood? What don't you want from that part of life?
I don't. This sounds intimidating.
Okay. Yeah.
Like oof.
Sounds scary.
Yeah.
What sounds scary about it? If you think like me, what do you think as an adult I'm going through that feels intimidating and
all your money goes to bills. All your money. I don't even get I don't get monthly allowance.
okay.
I get money when I ask for if I do this, may I get money? And if no, I'm not gonna get it. That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
But then imagine getting money each month
Yeah.
for working,
Mm.
that money goes back to the government. Ouch. My
Sorry,
bad.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That money goes back to the
A
government.
big portion goes back to the government. Yeah.
And then you still have to pay for groceries, electricity, water. Yeah, no, that's not my life. I'm
That's
good for now. I'm good for now.
That's not my life.
I'm good for now.
Yeah. Yeah, part of adulthood is a lot of responsibilities, a lot of tough things. But I'm hearing that like in the background, you are being taught these things. Then you having important conversations with your mom. Do you have these type of conversations with teachers as well? Do you feel like outside of home there are enough spaces for kids to go to and get teachings, people they can trust, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I have a teacher. She's my grade one teacher. She was my grade one teacher, Miss
Yeah.
Plaza. Love her so much. And she was like,
Slaza.
yeah,
Okay.
okay, let me say last year, because right now she's not at the school. I used to go to her and visit the school, but I would say the school, but I'd say I'm just going to visit her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'd like be my best friend. I was like, let me tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then I'd used to go to her also in grade 7 at break. Each break, I'd go with her. Go to her at break because I was kind of nervous about going to high school. And she'd like tell me about her experience in high school. And I was like, oh, it doesn't sound that bad. It sounds kind of fun. And each break, I'd always constantly go to her class. Even if it meant leaving my friends, I'd be like, I'm not going there. I'm going to Miss Lala. And then when at the end of the year, I made sure she signed my T-shirt, and I'd made a promise that I'd visit her each time, and I kept my promise because she was like there for me, and yeah.
So a lot of like teenagers that I come across, when you're leaving primary school, you're around 12, 13, depending when you started school, they're very nervous about, this idea of starting high school. What is it? What are the nerves? What are you scared of or about?
Can I say this first? It's not like in the movies.
Okay.
It's not like in the movies.
What is it like in the movies?
Where you get there, everyone's singing. There's always that one bully.
Yes.
No, in high school, they don't care. If you're there, you're there.
Who doesn't care?
The bullies. Oh, bullies. Let me say the bullies.
Yeah?
The matrix, because they're older.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Okay.
They're just there because they're there.
Okay.
When you get there, you're in your own space. You need to know your bubble.
Okay.
And your bubble is like your age group.
Okay.
But it is open to go make friends with other people. But when you get there, you mustn't think that you're the big boss like in primary school.
Okay.
It's not grade
So
7.
there's a bit of you humble yourself.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
Because if you get there with the big ego, then they're gonna see this one is forward.
Yeah.
Then the bullies in the high school movies are gonna come for you.
Okay.
Because they're gonna
Put a
think
target on your back.
Yeah. Because they're gonna think this one is forward. We need to show them this is high school. This is what we must do.
Okay.
And they need to relax.
Okay. So I'm hearing there's levels then in high school. There's levels to this thing, and you recommend, even though you didn't directly recommend this, but you what you're saying is enter soft, enter in your little bubble, and take it slow, pace yourself. So, why were you nervous for high school? What were you?
I was nervous because I was like moving from one area to another. So I
Okay.
didn't know anybody.
Okay.
And then I remember my cousin goes there, so then I was okay. But then when I got there, it wasn't what I thought. I thought I was gonna be alone. I thought I was gonna sit by myself on the benches. But it wasn't like that. Actually, because it's primary kids all from different schools coming to one school. So they're also scared to meet friends.
Okay.
But then some more than other come with more enthusiasm. So they like, do you want to be our friend?
Yeah.
And obviously I was one of that person.
Yes.
So I got there and I was like, I want to be friends with you. And some were like, no, I have friends already. And then I was like, okay, that's fine. But then I made friends with a friend. They said they were friends already. And then they were like, oh, I met you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So when you get there, it seems like when you're not there yet, you think, oh.
Dream Stream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself.
You're not gonna make friends. But then when you get there, it seems easier than you thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when some people said, no, thank you, I don't want to be friends with you or whatever, you seem to have just taken that wow. You know, some people feel like really bad about themselves. They feel rejected. You didn't feel that way. It doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, because I knew there's more people there.
Okay.
But then if it was like group, I was like, oh, that's complicated.
If the group says no,
Yeah, like the whole group, and it's like a big group, big group.
why is there a difference between the group saying no versus one person?
Because then if one person says no, I know that there's another person in the group that wants to be my friend.
Okay.
But then if the whole group says no, that means something's going on. Something's weird. It means
Okay.
one person saying something and then the whole group knows.
Okay.
And then if that group knows, obviously another group's going to know.
Okay.
But then you get over it and then you find new people from another group. And then, because gossip doesn't last long. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's only gossip why people would say no to being your friend? Could there be other reasons why they might say, I don't want to be friends with Hopolang?
Probably most of the time it's because of gossip.
Really? Okay.
Because they'll be like, this one doesn't, for example, this one doesn't put a roll on. Then they're like, oh, she stinks. Yeah, she stinks.
Well, that's not nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're like, oh, she stinks. I don't want to be with a person that doesn't stink. That doesn't put on roll on my bed. That doesn't put on roll on.
Yeah.
And then it goes on like that. It starts like that. And then it like obviously escalates because someone will be like, oh, that one that doesn't stink. Stinks. That stinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna start off like, she doesn't put on roll on. Oh, that one that stinks. Oh, I don't want to be friends with her. Yeah. So it goes like
Because
that.
sometimes I don't want to be friends with somebody or they don't want to be friends with me because maybe we don't like the same things. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking of the person who you said you spoke about friendship crushes. Like I have a friendship crush on you and I want to be friends with you. But then you might say no to me, not because I stink and don't put on roll on, but maybe because you realize, what do we have in common?
Yeah, but then you need to be friends with them first.
To know that. Okay.
So
Okay.
if they reject you before you're friends with them, then they probably saw that, no, this one looks weird. I don't want to be with her. I don't want to be friends with her
Okay.
because she looks weird.
So they're making judgments. This is
Yes.
now if you don't know me and you're making judgments. And then that can do a lot to somebody, to how somebody feels about themselves. Yeah.
But then the judgment also circles back to rumors because then they'll be like, she looks weird. I don't want to be her friend. Then they'll be like, okay, that's you. And then they come to you and they're like, I want to be your friend. And like, no, you're weird.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
You've said that word a lot. Weird. Also like fitting in, and it's important, you know, for people your age to feel like they belong. How do you think your peers should handle when they realize that they don't fit in? They are different. Could be how I look. It could be how I speak. You know, what do I do when I find myself in a situation where then there are those rumors, people are being nasty?
Firstly, it's okay to be weird. I'm weird. I know I'm weird. I'm really weird. And that's fine because you find your people that are also weird.
Okay.
I found my people that are also weird.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Okay.
Because weird could mean a lot of things. I found my people that are weird.
Okay.
And I'm still finding more people that match my freak.
Okay.
Because that's what we're saying now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Match my freak.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I found my people that match my freak. And I'm still finding more because I made a friend that's social as me. So at break, we walk around and we make friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So I say, if they say like you're weird,
Mm.
that's okay.
Mm.
There's someone out there that also is considered as weird.
Right.
Like, it's not the end of the world. Doesn't mean you have to fit in. It doesn't mean you have to change or anything.
Yeah.
You just have to find a person that's also like on your level or past your level or just below you. So
That just needs a little bit of your freak.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean that you have to change or you have to do certain things. It just means that you have to like look for someone that understands what you're saying. Because if they say you're weird, they just don't understand how you're thinking.
Mm.
It doesn't mean that you have to change. It just means that they still don't know what's going on. But then if you make a friend or something that matches your freak, then they'll be like, oh, so you two are, oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You two are thinking alike.
Yeah.
Then they'll understand like where you're coming from. Most of the time, they'll understand that. Sometimes she doesn't say things that make sense, but there's something that makes sense behind what she's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also maybe it's important to hold on to that you don't all fitting in doesn't always mean into a big group. Right? Somebody who understands my free could be one person. And sometimes maybe we want to fit into big groups and that sort of thing, and it's not always that way, and it doesn't make it less than. Yeah. Now, quite often you'll find that I hear this a lot from teenagers where they feel like when I grew up, the times were different. What we were going through was different. And some of it is true. What do you think in this era, in 2024? Do we still call it, teach me, since you were teaching me the jargon, give me 2000, how do we refer to you guys now?
No, it's still 2000s.
Give me 2000?
Yeah.
2000s. Okay. For that era, what do you think in 2024 that generation wishes we as the world knew?
Guys, like it's not hectic. We're not different.
Okay, you don't feel that way.
We're not different. We just individuals that follow different trends than you guys did.
Okay.
So you may think that back in my day, okay, cool, well, this is our day.
But this is what I'm trying to figure out.
This is our day. This is how we're doing things. And obviously you guys are not used to it, but that's cool. That's fine.
Okay.
We're not gonna change because it's a group of teenagers, it's individuals that are doing certain things, that are creating different trends that you guys, or let me not say you guys because it sound old, that different age groups don't understand.
What do you think we don't understand? What do you think a person like in the older 20s and 30s, or anybody that would say to you, in my day, that person, what doesn't that person get?
They don't get that. I feel like our generation is more social.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like obviously we're gonna not want to go to a certain group, but then at the same time we're gonna wanna do things together like we don't want to do things on our own.
Okay.
And it's like not hold your hand. It's I want to be friends with you. Can we go around this? I don't want to go to the bathroom by myself.
Okay.
I don't want to go to the mall by myself. Let's go hang out.
Okay.
We don't like to go do fun activities on our own. Let me say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find that like my generation would do things more by ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was supposed to wait for a parents' meeting outside alone. And then I was like to my mom, I was like, can you pick me up? She's like, I can't, I'm working. And I'm like, oh, okay. And now I didn't want to wait by myself. And she's like, oh, you can go to McDonald's and chill and have your own coffee date. It's good to have a coffee date on your own. And I was so confused because why would you want to sit by yourself eating? Who are you going to share your food with? Who are you going to show? Like, it's no. Like, I find it better to do it with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure most teenagers would find it better to be on your own. But then to be in a public area on my own, I find that awkward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's another thing that makes adults not understand your generation, that we could misunderstand your experiences. Like if we were talking about friendship now. if somebody's struggling to make friends, whatever, you'll hear a lot of adults saying it's okay, you don't need friends, and maybe we don't understand how important it is to have somebody else, a partner or group, or to you guys, because of whatever experiences we've had where we're able to do things by ourselves. But for your age group, it's maybe you want us to understand that that is still an important part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when mom goes on like a coffee date by herself, you think she's weird?
I think she's like, that's sad. Are you okay?
You think
That's
that's
what I think.
sad?
Yeah.
Could it be that the same relationship that you are forming with your best friend, she is learning to form that relationship with herself, so that in moments like when you had to wait for parents' evening, you don't feel awkward, you don't feel alone, you feel even brave enough to just be alone. We were talking about how brave you are, or you don't feel like something's missing. You're nodding, but I can see you're not.
I still, if my best friend was trying to grow that relationship with herself, I'd say, let me be there for you while you're trying to do that. Like, I'd still go with her.
Okay.
So if she says, I want to go by myself, I'd still follow her because that's like sad.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. And you mentioned friendship dating and all of that stuff. What do you think about dating? Is it a conversation that you think parents should have with their kids? And if they should, at what age are we bringing this up with you guys?
I don't know what age, but I know it's a conversation that we should have
Yeah.
because our generation is kind of crazy.
Tell me about it.
I'm not them.
Yeah,
I'm
what
a-
you've seen. You're not one of them, for sure. What
Yeah.
you see out there, what does that mean?
That, like, I feel like our generation is kind of rushing into things.
Right.
Like, I heard of someone say that they know someone my age that had a baby, and I was like, a baby? Nappies are expensive, guys.
I'm glad you know.
Like,
They cost a lot.
how know?
And because money is so important,
No, you're trying to have
you want
no,
and need. Okay.
Like, that's scary. Like, that's a whole child.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at my age, I'm still in grade 9.
Yeah.
That's really hectic.
You're a baby yourself.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now when I say our generation is trying to rush into things, there's this thing of going into a relationship and then after, for example, 2 weeks of dating, they love bomb you.
What's love bombing?
Like when you say I love you too early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then they love bomb you, and then the other person is put in an awkward position. Oh, my bad. Put in an awkward position because they have to say it back. Have to because they're feeling the pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If I heard you correctly, any adult watching this that has a child or is an aunt to a child or has access to a child, at some point sooner rather than later, we should start opening up space to have conversations about dating.
I think I wouldn't say open a conversation because it's going to be weird.
Is it weird?
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable?
Yeah. Like, not all the time, but some. Like, if my mom was to sit me down and say, we have to talk about dating, I wouldn't want to sit there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but if
how would you want it to be approached?
If it came up in a conversation, like, I would be talking about someone I like at school, then she'd be like, okay, but you should be careful and because of certain things.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, I get what you're saying. But then to call me, for example, from my room or from the kitchen to say, let's talk about dating.
Yeah.
That's weird.
What happens? So, I mean, you and your mom are close,
Mhm.
right? That's quite clear. But not every child and parent are close, and not every child and parent has like an open relationship like you and your mom. So what advice would you give that parent? Like, would you say, watch a movie that then brings up this topic so then you have like an opportunity to like, hey, dating. What would make it feel less awkward? Because you saying to me, if you just direct it like that, it's intimidating, it's awkward, it's weird, and then you're probably not gonna open up. I'm not gonna get the information I need from you. How would you recommend adults approach that conversation?
The movie thing would make sense. Because then, okay, I would say put on a movie, for example, and it's like, let's watch a movie. And then at the end of the movie, be like, I like how this child went to their mom and told them. Then they'd walk into that conversation, said, and then the mom would say, I remember when I was in high school, there was this guy, and it should be a fun. Let me give you guys tips.
Yes, please.
It should
We're
be
struggling.
it should be a funny story, because then if it's like a sad story that doesn't make sense, then they're gonna be like, why are you telling me this right now?
Okay.
So if it's like I remember I dated this guy.
Dreamstream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself.
And he chased me with a bucket of water.
Yeah.
Because it was spring day.
Yeah.
And then I broke up with him because he poured me with water and my hair shrunk.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'd want to listen to that and say, my mom told me the story.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then you walk into that conversation where you say, so what I'm trying to say is, don't put your trust in a guy that's holding a bucket of water. But then it's like a metaphor.
Yes.
So you say, don't trust a guy that's holding a bucket of water. But also, the bucket of water isn't a bucket of water. What I'm trying to say is, da 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 da.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So be creative about it. Make it a bit light, even though, you're having a serious conversation, because you said earlier that a lot of your peers are rushing into things that they shouldn't be. But the conversation is important. It needs to happen, because maybe those people who ended up rushing into things that they shouldn't have didn't have the conversation, or it didn't happen in a way that they could hear what they needed to hear, or things like that.
I think they did have the conversation, but they thought they were joking. So then they were like, let's try. Or their friends jumped into something, and then they were like, you should try this. You should date this one, and then make them buy you this, and then after that, da 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 da. That's what I think also happens.
Okay. So, I want you to finish or complete these sentences, because you were teaching me lingos, right? I want you to complete this. I said what I said.
I said what I said. Facebook is for old people, guys.
I agree.
It's for old people. Because what do you do on Facebook?
I don't know.
My grandmother asked me for help on Facebook, and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't use this. What is this?
So what are you guys into now?
Mostly TikTok, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
TikTok, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is Facebook for old people? What does TikTok, Instagram, and WhatsApp have that the others don't?
I don't know. It's not, I wouldn't say, can I get your Instagram? I mean, I would say, can I get your Instagram? I wouldn't say, can I get your Facebook? I feel like Facebook hasn't updated since it's been released. Like, I don't even know what year it was released. I don't even know how to log into Facebook. I don't even know how to change the settings on Facebook. What is Facebook? I don't know. And then what I do think is that the old people on TikTok should go to Facebook.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are the old people, Meenie?
Like, no, guys. No, guys.
I started feeling cool, because I'm like, well,
No,
I'm on Instagram.
Let me say, 40 something to like above.
Okay.
Okay, let me not say. Let me say 50 something to above.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important for old people to still be on using technology though, and apps and all that sort of stuff?
I think it is important because it's adapting through time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I wouldn't say they should be on like TikTok.
You don't think we should be TikToking?
No.
You teach us a lot of TikTok dances.
Yeah,
though.
I'm saying you guys, but not old people.
Okay, so I'm not
like my
old.
grandparents, like
okay,
in like
got
your
you.
50s.
Got you.
Yeah, because what are you doing on TikTok? My grandmother was shouting at me the other day, let me tell you,
Yeah.
for being on TikTok. She's like, you should be studying. Why are you on TikTok? You shouldn't
Facts
be
though,
doing.
no?
Yeah, but I do study. But she's making it seem like I'm always on TikTok.
Got you.
She saw it on Facebook. They're like, you must watch out. Your kids are always on TikTok. Da 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 da.
And things happen on social media.
Yeah.
Do your parents monitor your social media accounts?
My mom does follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
My TikTok, I'm not active on TikTok.
You just make the TikToks and then what happens to them?
I do it on my sister. My sister has TikTok, so we do TikToks together.
Okay.
I'm barely on TikTok, so yeah.
Okay. It's also one of the ways maybe we stay connected to you guys, get to
Mhm.
understand you guys, right? Because if we're not, then you're going to feel like we don't understand you.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like a balance. Maybe I'm not doing the dances on there and posting them.
Yeah, no dances. No, maybe no dances. Or maybe no baby pictures. Mom.
Whose baby? Your baby picture? The mom she's sitting there.
No,
Embarrassed.
oh my gosh, she has so many baby
It
pictures.
is so cute.
Yeah,
It was like, I don't think you understand. Like, you guys were like
but
so
sometimes
tiny and
sometimes I'm like happy that her account is on private, because then imagine my friends are like, let's check her following.
yeah.
That's her mom.
Yeah.
Let's check her pictures. And then they see my baby pictures
Yeah.
when I had no teeth.
It's
And
the cutest thing, no?
some of them are cute, but then some of them are like, why would I do that? I have a picture of myself on Snapchat,
Yeah.
a video, and she has it on her Instagram, and it's really weird.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So sometimes we do things that like embarrass you and aren't cool for the people.
I wouldn't say embarrassing. They're just out of pocket in a way that I don't think should be out of the pocket.
What is out of the oh goodness.
Out of pocket, like, let me say out of the box, like out of
okay.
out of
yeah,
the
come back to
ordinary.
my generation. Okay, out
Like,
of the ordinary.
yeah.
Out of pocket. There's
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
What was the first one you just taught me like a few minutes ago? You said we say this now.
Match my freak.
Match my freak. There
Yeah.
you go. Earlier you said, it's not like the movies, high school.
Mm-hmm.
They're on bullies and whatnot. Some people might disagree. Some people have really terrible experiences and
bullying.
people pick on them. And what would you want the bullies to know? What would you say to people who really are nasty to others, or the people that are gossiping or judging people and just not doing kind things? What do you want them to know?
I want them to know that, like, bullying isn't cool. Like, I don't know where you picked that up from. Like, going to bother someone is not nice. Like, it's really weird. Like, I want to say weird because it is weird, because what makes you think that when you wake up in the morning, I'm going to go take their lunch today because I feel like they shouldn't eat today? That's weird.
What could be happening for somebody?
That's bullying.
Yeah.
They probably not getting that much attention, or they not receiving like affection, or let me not say affection. Let me say they're not getting expressed enough at home. So they think that it's okay that I'm gonna go do this and this and this.
So maybe they're not like a bad person. Maybe they've had bad negative experiences and they don't know how to like deal with that, and so then they do
Bullying,
other negative things to
yeah.
people. What would you say to somebody who is being bullied?
I'd say, like, I would go tell someone.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to be like someone major, like a teacher. It could be like your mom, your sibling, older sibling, because your younger sibling can go to a teacher and say, my sister's being bullied, and they might think they lie.
Okay.
But then they could also help something, because they might tell your parents and be like, okay, we need to have a talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, even a friend.
Yeah. So don't keep it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because telling somebody could help you in some way.
But then if you do keep it to yourself, there's always someone that's like watching.
There
So
is always people that are watching.
Yeah, they'd probably say, this one has been taking this one's lunch money, or this one's been bullying this one. I've heard this one talk about this one in a bad way.
Perhaps it's also important for those who see this happening to say something to someone, even if it's not the bully themselves, but somebody who could do something, like an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to think about your future self. Okay? But I'm going to ask you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Trust me for like 2 seconds. And I want you to take a deep breath and just feel relaxed in your body. And pay attention to the things you can hear. And just see the images in your mind. Think about how your clothes feel on your body right now. Things you can smell. Last thing you ate, what are you tasting on your tongue? And think about your future self.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who is she telling you that you are?
Can I open my eyes?
If you feel comfortable, but I prefer you close your eyes.
Who is she telling me that I am?
Mm.
I think she's telling me that I'm rich.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're rich.
I feel like she's gonna tell me, okay, let me not say rich. I'm wealthy
Okay.
and successful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You must hold on to that because you are.
Thank you.
And rich doesn't always mean you have the physical money now,
Mm-hmm.
but riches can also be the self-belief that you're going to get the money that you want and need. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Meenie, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I've learned quite a lot. Yeah, there's a lot that I'm going to go think about. There's a lot that you spoke about that I'm thinking about when I was a teenager. Things that are the same, things are different.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people your age, if they get to watch this, they can maybe see a bit of themselves in some of the things you said. I think this is going to be very helpful for a lot of us adults who have a lot of, kids around us, don't know what to do with them in terms of understanding or having conversations. So this was very helpful. And I also want to thank your mom there in the background for giving us permission. And you also gave permission. So yeah, I'm just really grateful.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Well, guys, let us know in the comment section what you think about this conversation. Reach out in whatever way, you feel this was relevant to you. I think this is a very important and interesting chat. Otherwise, from me, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.